So I wanted to take the LSAT and I decided to take a Princeton Review LSAT 165 course. It was 2 times a week. I paid so much for the course and I was relying on it to do well. I didn't really take into account we could only ask the instructor questions via text. I reached out to the Princeton Review team and asked if I could just look at the recordings because I was having internet issues. So I would miss out a lot. And then I thought if I'm going to look at recordings to learn, I might as well do it for free on YouTube as opposed to paying almost $2,000. So I got out the course. I reached out to some other people that were studying for the LSAT as well. And I found a girl that said that you were her tutor and you were great. So I reached out, told you my story, my anxieties, and just how I felt taking one practice course for the Princeton Review and scoring a 130 actually. Confidence was pretty low. And I remember you telling me that I would do well in your course if I asked a lot of questions. And one thing that might hinder me is if I do get overwhelmed and end up giving up. And I must say that this course has been incredibly aggressive, which I needed. It's 4 times a week, able to ask you questions in class. You let us stop you right in the midst of whatever you're saying, just to ask you a question as opposed to you just continuing to go on and us not understanding. And I'm able to text you any day, anytime, and whenever you can get to me, which is usually very prompt, you do, and go over my questions with me. If that means going over it 20 times, you do so, and you don't make me feel as if, I'm dumb, like we do it until I get it. It's very important to me to be able to have that one-on-one interaction. And that's definitely why I knew I wouldn't succeed in the Princeton Review course. And that's why I enjoy this tutoring course. I have a very hectic schedule. I work 7 days a week and I go to school full time. So I don't have all day to study. I have probably a couple minutes here and there, an hour or two here and there, and you're there to help me. And it's important to me that I have that support. And I feel like this is the best course for that. So if anybody really just needs that interaction, really just needs that help, this would be the best course. I guess I am really hard on myself, but I will admit I do see progress. It's really just taking it one day at a time and just doing the best that you can and not being hard on yourself because it is something new. It's not something you would learn in school. The style of learning is completely different. It's something that I've never experienced before. So it's like a whole 360, but I appreciate this course and I think it's very helpful and I'm very thankful and grateful for it. I really don't see myself doing as well in the Princeton Review as opposed to this. So whenever I do get anxious about not understanding some concepts or taking too long to diagram, I do get overwhelmed and I text you and you just remind me, focus on the next task, focus on the next task, focus on the next task. And I feel like that has helped me because I start to learn that everything's not going to happen today, but little steps at a time. And then eventually I'll finish a game. Eventually I'll finish a problem. That's more progress as opposed to not doing any and then getting anxious and then having everything pile up on me. And it's not about completing all of the tasks today or tomorrow. It's about understanding them and doing them one at a time. So by the time I get to the next task, a little bit easier and I understand a little bit more. And that's actually something I have learned. Sometimes when I feel like I need to get everything today and I need to understand everything today, that's when I crash. But one at a time, I understand things one at a time and I reach out. There are times where I'll do a logic game and I won't understand how to set it up. And let's say that you might not be available at that moment. I will just watch the video. And then based upon the video, see what I did right or did wrong. And then I'll take the step of the one that I didn't understand and reach out to you and ask you a question about it. I've seen that since I've done that, it's helped me improve. I feel a little bit more comfortable than I did. I'm just going to continue to do that because becoming a lawyer is my dream.